Alrighty, folks, welcome
Good,
back to Tabletop Gaming. We're back with some more Dungeons and Dragons. Last time we left off, we
Yay!
reached the summit and not got pushed off the freaking cliff by
You haven't reached the
freaking
summit.
goats.
You haven't reached the summit at all.
Okay, we
Don't get carried away.
we reached a plateau.
Let me just I found a more RPG feeling image rather than a top down one. You climbed up and you are effectively on this kind of layer. Assuming I haven't got this turned to hide from you.
We are right here.
On this kind of layer of stuff.
I'm gonna have to edit my thing now. Thank you.
I'll hop back in time momentarily to...
No, it's fine.
So, effectively, last session, you left the little house and the dude that you buried, and you traveled further into the mountains to the point where you... No more road, no more walking, climbing time.
Well, no more walking for most.
Crap, I can't edit the Twitter post. Oh
And
well.
so you spent a while climbing up the mountainsides, and now at the top of where you were, not the summit itself.
Yeah, we reached a plateau.
You can see off in the direction that you've come from towards the east. You can clearly see the trees and stuff running down, as you go away from the mountain, the forest stretching out into the horizon. The ground and trees covered in a nice blanket of snow at this point in time.
And meanwhile, he's not here. We also have a grumpy Thor who wanted to go down the mountain.
Night.
And I don't want to waste my fucking spell slot in case we get fucking ambushed.
And you now find yourself on this, effectively the upper ridge of the mountains, and in the other directions you can see the peaks that reach further into the sky, and a way that kind of winds between them and whatnot ahead of you. And so you spent the last part of the day traveling along this upper ridge until nightfall starts coming, and you decided to attempt camping at the upper levels of the mountains. Which is where we'll be... Yes, because it's we operate on a party system here.
Yes.
Apart from the DM, who sometimes will just turn around and say, "No, my world, I am God. This is how it works."
Oh no, he's the Bugs Bunny of our world. No.
I have you know, I am the me of my world. And I mold it to my whims. And so, that's effectively we'll be starting with the end of the day. We're starting at the end. How are you thinking of setting up camp?
I believe
this
Otto
vicinity?
suggested that once we set up the tents, we cover them in snow.
Yes, but how are you going to set up the tents? Your space is limited. If you go too far to the sides, you run the risk of rolling off the mountain in your sleep, kind of deal. But there is enough space to tent. However, you've got no... There isn't a soily layer here. You have snow and you have rock. What do you do?
I don't know.
And the only tracks around are the ones that you have left yourselves.
I've done my share of mountain hiking, and fact I know is if there is no soil in which to pitch a tent, then we would... I'm not sure if we actually did do that, but I don't know, make like an overhang with the tents and just huddle together or in the sleeping bags. I don't know.
Considering our pitons actually like buried themselves into
The rock.
the rock, I think our pitons are strong enough to actually embed themselves.
Yeah, so your tent, your basic tent kit for the purpose is it's effectively a couple of like wooden, I think wooden stakes,
No, it
couple
says
of wooden
pitons.
pole. No, you're talking about your climb gear. I'm talking about the
Oh.
tents.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, we
Like,
could use
your
our pitons to do it.
The tents that you have are effectively canvas,
Mm-hmm.
couple of wooden pegs, couple of wooden poles,
Yeah.
and some rope. Because you're basically relying on
Also, a tent sleeps two.
yes, and a tent sleeps too.
And how much space do we have?
The crew up here is a party of 5. Slash,
Ha-
well, technically a party of 6 now, because Kaite is bigger.
Harper Reina, thank you for following.
Kaite is bigger now, so if Kaite now technically takes up a tent slot, in effect.
Is there enough space for 3 tents?
That's mainly what we're asking, honestly.
Yes, if you the area you're on is like narrow but long, elongated.
Okay.
So you wouldn't be able to do your usual like circle around a fire pit kind of deal, but you would. There's enough space there for the tents.
So we're gonna swap the tent pegs for pitons so that we can have a purchase on that anchor point.
On the rock.
Okay, so you're going to use the pitons to
Anchor the tents, yes.
try and anchor the tents better because
We're gonna put snow on top of the tents so that they don't blow in the breeze as easily. AKA a little bit of extra weight on top. And yeah.
I wouldn't. You wouldn't be able to bury the tent like fully, but if you're talking about like compacting snow along the edges and stuff to stop the wind getting under,
Yes.
kind of deal. Yeah. So
There's a Josh.
Yes,
He's
we're trying
alive!
to,
hello, welcome to camping session 101.
We're talking
Yeah,
about setting up tents on rock.
I kind of got that. I've been in here long enough. I'm trying to log into my Roll20, which for some reason logged me out.
No
Because
worries.
you haven't logged in
overnight.
for X amount of time.
Yeah, but
Anyway.
I popped in yesterday, and I should still be logged in.
I think it also auto-locks you out after a set amount of time anyway, occasionally, just in case.
You hit
Besides,
the arbitrary number.
Right, so who is actually pitching tents? Who's going to be pitting?
yo,
Okay, so who are our strongest?
yo,
Otto. Who else?
probably you.
Considering I tell people not to look at the numbers and just kind of go on what they think.
That's why I'm asking who's the strongest.
So
Me and
basically,
you.
Otto's claiming Otto's going to do the
What
main
about
work.
Thorin?
Anyone helping Otto?
I'll help move snow, but no.
I'm talking about like using the pitons.
Yeah, helping them set up the pitten. It's just help action.
Yeah, that's all I want to know. So is Otto
That's all
going to
it
do
is.
it, and then whoever's going to help them? You're setting up 3 tents. So who's shoveling? So if we say Otto and Thorin or Zoho, which one are you helping? Pitinen.
I'll help pittening, I guess.
Okay. So I want an athletics check from you and Otto.
Okay.
Cayenne's doing snow shoveling, so you're not pitching on necessarily on the snow itself.
Uh,
Who else is shoveling snow?
oh no!
This
Kai?
is team. This is teamwork.
Kai,
Oh, right, advantage.
you remember that little bar that had the checks and saves and whatnot in the upper left? It's not there anymore.
Oh, it's because it's when you click your token. If I
It's fine,
Put
just
the
go into
token.
your
Oh,
sheet.
click the.
yeah,
oh,
well, it only shows up when you got tokens, so you don't end up overloaded.
Okay.
Just-
So
Okay.
if I
Just
just
go
drag
to your
everyone onto the map, then people can do it either way.
Athletics.
Ugh.
Ah.
You have advantage on it.
Oh,
no,
I do.
no.
No?
I
People are
either you
assisting,
have
no?
advantage, or I usually just have each person roll. And
Oh, shoot. Then I shouldn't have rolled a second time.
it's okay. You
Oh.
got 3 10s. You gotta do it 2 more times.
Oh, jeez.
Who am I missing now? Okay.
Okay, so what you're saying is I failed the first attempt, then I succeeded the second? I don't know.
You don't know whether you failed or not.
Okay.
Oh.
Joy.
You don't know what the DC is.
Okay.
You don't know what I'm doing.
Oh,
Get out
no!
of
Okay, so,
Yeah, so
I'm
I-
guessing the second roll doesn't count because it was with advantage. Can you
Should I
stop
roll-
failing, game?
Right.
Can I-
Okay. I need
do I need
Zoho
to
to roll
roll
twice. 2 separate ones.
Athletics.
Yeah.
My strength is +3. How am I rolling so freaking crap?
Madeline.
And-
Kaite's just like, yes.
Beefy.
Push.
Kaite's a Durgan.
Ah.
Oh, it was from Rel. Wait, Rel got nat 20 with advantage.
Real
Real,
just picks up.
Real has silly athletic skills.
Real picks up a pit and just slowly drives it into the ground.
No hammer needed.
Right. Cayenne is shoveling snow. Are we going to say Foreign is also shoveling snow?
Yeah, I'm still trying to log in right now. It's giving me nothing but a headache.
That's okay. Have you've forgotten your password again, haven't you?
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
no.
Every team.
Write it down.
Go away if you're going to start with that crap.
I'm just saying, if you're gonna
Don't
forget it,
start with
write it
any of
down.
the crap. It's just he'll get it eventually. Okay, so
Eventually.
I'm just
I
gonna
would
reset
like-
my password at this point.
I'd like a Constitution saving throw from Cayenne for shoveling snow because it's very cold up here.
Oh,
Snow's
no.
also very cold. And I'll do
Right now
one for
we're-
foreign, seeing as
Wait,
Josh
we have
isn't
what-
logged in yet.
Wait, we have winter gear on, right?
Yes, but we're also really high in the mountains.
Yeah, high
Oh,
in the
it's
mountains, you're
cold.
already like, and you even wearing gloves. Do you realize the quantity of snow they're shoveling with their bare hands?
We should have brought a
I'll
shovel.
take a point.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is that 3?
No, I think you're currently at 2. I'm sure you used 1.
Yeah, I definitely remember using 1, but I can't remember if I used 2. I would need to see myself on the previous map.
I gotta go to the previous map. You currently have 1 remaining, and I'm guessing that's what you're spending.
I'll take an exhaustion.
No. Don't take the exhaustion. Just you have 1.
Okay.
I thought I'm still working on these rules, so they're tweaky.
Okay.
Like, okay, so you got a 23. So your hands are, your fingers are feeling a bit numb, but you're generally fine. Constitution. Oh no.
Oh
let's-
no!
Yeah.
Why did we both roll a 1?
Because the game hates us.
Oh,
Foreign has Foreign has stamina still, so we'll use one of those. It's like... Let's fix those cheeky ones. Right. So, as I was saying, your hand, like your extremities, your fingertips and stuff get a bit numb as you're shoveling and stuff. Your cold weather gear is getting wet and losing its efficiency. But
Aha!
as far as you can tell, you're able to set up your free tents and yeah, you like shovel the as you stated. It's sort of like you basically dig out the snow layer that's gonna, and then like reapply it over the edges to stop the wind getting under it as best you can.
Wet clothes? That sounds like prestidigitation.
Yes.
Yeah, I know it's horrible that people have done spell. How dare they?
haha! I am alive.
Cheaty hacks away.
Right, so you have your tent set up, and your plan for keeping yourselves warm.
That's a good question. I don't really have anything safe indoors.
Where's Lumi?
He's a cat.
I just put the tokens there just so you can roll. Meow. For the macro access.
The only thing.
Lumi is currently effectively just strolling around where you are.
The only thing fire related I have in my kit is fairy fire, and that's not warm.
It's in the
Shares a look with Kaite. Kaite reappears in fire.
I feel like Kaite has like a. You can always say no to this, but if you're just changing her element using your spell slots, yeah. Because if you're doing it more than thing, it's like she doesn't necessarily disappear, but she kind of like there's a slight tint in her scales,
Or
Like-
her eye color changes.
She pulls a
kind of
mystique.
deal.
She pulls a mystique, where her
Not
scales
even a
just like
mystique, just so like it's just that like subtle the way the light glances on it
yeah.
picks up a subtle difference in color.
Mm-hmm.
I could always throw out the.
Kaite is
flame-
chroma painted.
Yeah, I was about to say yeah. She's like yeah,
Mouse.
the mood ring
What?
dragon.
I think that echo's coming from you.
Yep.
I
No,
can't
no,
help
no, no,
this.
no. It's just
We
like I
were
said, it's
talking
just a
about
Something
subtle.
discovered yesterday.
Yeah, this was brought up yesterday.
No.
Oh god. So it's not the first time.
No.
But that's how I picture it in my head, kind of thing. It's like just subtle difference.
Oh.
I have my flamethrower turret. I could always throw that and just leave it on for the night. Just like
And
here
burn
we
the
are
Yeah,
on
like
the top of the mountain.
yeah, like that's just blowing fire into the sky. What could possibly go wrong? Do you
A
want
lot
to
of
do that? Do you
things.
want to try it?
Josh, what are you, Elon Musk?
I have like
I
3
will-
torches left.
I still have my full set of 10, okay?
Uh,
And an
tor-
explorer's pack I haven't used.
guys, torches and doors though. In a tent, no.
Flammable tent.
Yeah. It's up to you guys. I'm gonna leave the flamethrower thing as a vote up to everybody at camp.
Here's an idea. Why don't you use that one ability you have that produces flame but doesn't burn anything?
Also
Even
doesn't
produce
produ-
flame doesn't produce
Also-
much heat.
Doesn't produce enough, anywhere near enough heat.
I know.
Huddle
Why?
together for warmth.
Because
Seriously,
your
guys,
issue
you're-
is lack of stuff to burn. Not it's like you have many ways to set a fire, but you're not in a forest anymore.
And we don't have enough space to make a fire
And
without
I don't
burning things
recall
around it.
anyone. And I don't recall at any point anyone saying I should probably like gather some excess stuff to take with us. for the
Nah.
purpose
To
of
be
burning.
honest, I didn't think we were going over
That
the
would have
mountain,
weighed us
actually.
down, right?
No?
Kinda yes, kinda no.
Kaite Embers. That's not gonna last through the night, though.
Kai, just remind me. How long did it take to get up the mountain?
Few hours climbing.
So 4?
I think it was like 4 odd hours, roughly.
And we're either currently stood up there where we at the top of that cliff, or we are further along the mountain.
You're further along now, so you headed from the house as far up to like the mountain before you got to a point where you couldn't like just simply walk anymore. Climbed up a couple of 100 feet, I think it was in total.
I think it was 1,000
With-
feet overall.
Well, no, the climb itself. Let's see. 100, 200. It was a lot of climbing. It was a, yeah. You probably, Josh might be right. I'm not doing the exact math, but it does look like you may have like spent an entire day climbing about 1,000 feet up.
Sounds about right.
Hmm.
It's a good
I mean,
thing I
not
didn't
an
have to
average.
do any of that work.
It's also why I had you start rolling saves and stuff for height and whatnot.
Yep. Yeah, and
it's
our
fun.
acclimatization to the thin air. And thankfully, nobody flubbed that.
Kayan just looks down the mountain. I could just go get the wood.
Mouse.
Yeah, Mouse, you got something echoing.
Yeah,
in the
Mouse,
background.
we can
It-
hear a video or something.
Just turn it down a notch so it doesn't pick up.
Can't. I don't think he hears us.
Is Mouse's
Mouse.
Discord done the thing anyway?
What?
We can hear that.
We can hear your stuff in the background. Just we can hear your echoey stuff in the background if you just turn it down a bit so it's not picking up.
I cannot control it.
That's fine then. It's like we let you
I-
know.
Okay. Can we just?
Yes.
Right, back on track. So about 1,000 feet climbing over a course of multiple. This is it effectively took you the majority of the day. With a bit of traveling up to that point and a bit of traveling along this ridge line at the top. And you're saying you reckon you can go down to the woodland and back again?
Kayan is saying she could. Wouldn't be hard for her.
Nah. Uh, You're talking about going for a couple of hours on your own. Assuming nothing happens to you.
Well, the only other option is literally taking some torch, is putting it directly in the center of the tent, so that it's not going to hit any of the walls, and just use it for warmth.
If torches is what you got.
Like I said, the flamethrower could sit in the middle of the camp.
Well, you haven't got a middle of a camp because you're kind of like in a line.
Okay.
You're not able to set up in the like usual circular.
The middle of the camp is a
Motion.
tent.
Yep.
Yeah, it could just be a line of all three tents just connected to each other, or so that it's all heat in the middle, instead of just sideways with 6 different entrances.
Meow.
And as Zoho stated, there's always the cuddling.
Yep. And I'm gonna throw in a blanket for good measure
Yeah.
because I have one.
Huddling together to stay warm.
I have a bedroll
don't
and
kn-
a blanket.
Did you buy a blanket? I
No,
don't
I've
remember
I've
buying
always
a
had
blanket.
one. I've always had one. Look at my list. I have had a blanket this whole time.
If you say so.
I didn't add it or anything. That's not my style
Maybe
anyway.
maybe it was a background thing.
Yeah, I think so.
Because they don't come as standard. You got bedrolls, which is why I'm not saying you're gonna have issues keeping off the floor, because you obviously you stick your bedrolls down in the tent, so you're not on the cold floor.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I apparently have a blanket. Something tells me
So-
it was something we picked up along the way. Anyway.
You got torches, and I know someone has a lantern.
2 of us have a lantern.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I know I have one use left.
Bedroll consists of bedding and a blanket, then not to be rolled up and tied.
Oh, so technically everyone has a blanket. But it's only a thin blanket. But the more helps.
I do have a second backpack with a spare bedroll. Or I
Well,
think it does. Because I did
Well,
have
if
a
we-
second backpack. Ooh, where did that open?
well, if we have a ton, if we're doing tunnel stretch, we could just use the extra bed roll to block off one of the exits.
Hold on. Oh, I need to turn that off.
Yes, Foreign does have a backpack, but I can't remember what was in it. His extra one. Because it
I
wasn't a
don't-
complete backpack, it was one you found which just had a random assortment of. Let's find it.
I don't think you ever actually told me what was in it.
I did,
Oh, maybe.
but it's been a while.
I don't remember at this point. I just put it in my miscellaneous notes. Right underneath my green foam finger.
I'll be right back.
Right, so so we need to actually have a. What's everyone doing? You got 3 tents, 2 people per tent. Who's bunking with who?
I grab Zoho.
Mm-hmm.
Foreign's
I
like,
am
"You're
not
my
sharing
buddy."
a tent. I'm sorry. I grabbed Zoho and then was like, I'm honest with Zoho. It's like, I am not sharing a tent with the bear that is Otto. Honestly.
I mean, Azrael and Kaite, that only leaves. He slowly turns to Otto and Cayenne.
Cayenne blinks, looks at Otto, looks at self.
I mean, he's the least worrisome of the lot. The
Today's
least
session,
ugly-
testing friendships.
He's the one least likely to try
The-
anything. Cayenne.
I
If we're being
just
serious.
stare at Zoho. Least likely,
What?
he wouldn't try anything, even if the lady was like the most into him that a woman can ever be. he wouldn't know what
Indeed.
to do.
Indeed.
Like, I'm
Like
trying not
his
to
new-
laugh here while I'm saying
like
this.
the bark hairs of his wolf. Like the new bark hairs of his wolf form, he is that oblivious.
I just look at Kayate. I am so tempted to just snuggle with you right now. Don't make that worse.
Kaite, please, do not jump.
Uh-oh.
Cayenne tries to be as close as she can to the other two, but having to be in whatever third of the line with Odd. Oh. So she's trying to be as close to Rill and Kaite as possible.
Which is weird because it's separate tents.
Well, like I said,
It's 2 people per tent.
right? But we can also do it like, yeah, but we can also
No.
do it in a tunnel line instead of like this.
Oh, you're suggesting that after everyone's set up tents.
Well, I thought that would have been the smart idea,
No.
but I
No
couldn't
one
get their word
mentioned
in
that, so
edgewise.
No one
I-
mentioned that. We just set up 3 tents next to each other.
I immediately just look at Cayenne. I'm like, let's just do
And
it.
Where was
Let's just
and
do
where
it.
was this idea earlier?
I don't know. Why am I the smart one that thought of it?
So you want to unhitch your tents and rearrange them to try and get everyone into one group tent as best as you can.
I just look at Zoho. It's the best option. Let's just get it over with while there's still daylight.
You do realize this means we're going to have to unpin the Piltons that we just hammered in, and then rearrange them.
Yeah.
Pulls out the pickaxe. Pulls out the pickaxe.
Let's just get this over with.
Did anyone return theirs? I didn't.
Okay, in which case,
I didn't.
let's.
Are we supposed to return them?
No.
Right. In which case, we'll do it this way. Everyone roll an athletics check.
Everyone.
Just a standard one. Everyone. Just to make it a bit quicker for me.
Oh.
You got 6 people, 3 tents. You just do your own tents.
Skills. Athletics.
10.
I
10.
am, because this is a task. I am. I don't
Rill
know.
has expertise in starlights. Oh wait, that's Rill. She has
That is
expertise.
real. We are missing Otto.
Hold on.
Who I
I
think
think
either went to the
Otto
bath.
stepped away.
Nuts. That is not gonna help me much.
It boosted you by 2.
I know, but I rolled a 10.
Yes, and I rolled a 9. You at least have a 5.
I think Tav is BRB, so I'll just do 1 for
No.
Otto.
Damn it.
Besides, this is also good practice to make sure we can actually get the tents out.
Okay, so you're able to get the tents out and rearrange them and get them as close as you can. Like,
Ooh.
it's not perfect. It's not perfect. That you can't get a completely seamless. But you have 3 tents, and now they're rearranged the other way to make one long tunnel.
Which we block off one,
With
and
more snow.
with the spare
Caught.
yeah, with the spare
Spare blanket
bedroll. Yes,
thingy. Okay, so we now effectively have.
we effectively have tiny cave that.
What did I miss?
We just
Rearranging
barely managed
tents.
to rearrange the tents.
Okay.
Now
Okay.
we are all sleeping in a single tent.
Or at least as close to one big long tent that you can get to. Right. In which case, I would like you to place yourselves in whichever order in this tent, in this long tent, top to bottom. Who's going furthest back?
But me and Zoho are sitting at the entrance.
Big bear of a man is gonna be on one side to keep everybody warm.
You're outside the tent.
What?
There we go.
Yeah, like I know it's too wide. I just need you guys top to bottom in whichever order you're choosing. So I'm going to assume, seeing as Otto said on the end.
One of the ends, anyway.
Left and right doesn't matter. It's just top to bottom. Damn it.
I'm not seeing anything on the map, by the way. If that's a thing.
Well, you're all on the token layer.
Nope. I'm not. I see
Oh,
nothing.
everyone's on the token layer. You may need to refresh your screen.
Alright.
Oof. Yeah, no, Turf's right. He's not seeing anything.
Yeah, I just looked over at the stream.
I am gonna mute.
There
for a
we
sec 'cause
go.
I need to order food because I don't have food.
I know everyone was on the correct layer because everyone was able to move themselves. So. Right, so this is basically the sleeping pattern. And we're doing the huddling for warmth. Are we also doing watches?
Sure.
Yeah.
I also want to do something really stupid that may or may not have a negative outcome.
Okay, what's the stupid thing first?
So I've had this in my inventory since the carnival. Yeah, no, he did. Otto just randomly pulls out the mini house and starts fidgeting with it, trying to open the front door. For no reason at all.
Oh, okay. You're talking about the random trinkety rewards
Mhm.
from the. It's just a little carved wooden house.
Oh,
Does it look like it could fit a tiny creature?
No, it
Are you really gonna try and cheese it like that, Faye?
No.
No.
I just wanted to know.
I'm just fidgeting with it, like a fidget toy. Want to see if I can open
Feel-
the doors, turn something on.
it kind of like if you hold out your hand, it just kind of like sits on your hand quite nicely,
Okay.
kind of in size.
You know, I had a thought, and just now, and I'm wondering if I could actually do it.
Begone, thought.
Real funny. Could I rig up, not a trap, but something to give a warning if anything comes close, using the test your strength minifigure? Because it is the bell. It's just a mini version of that.
Well, isn't that's your alarm spell?
Yeah.
thing, isn't it?
You have an alarm
Yes.
spell, don't you?
You have a spell that does that.
Oh.
Like
is
you
there
set up
any
a rope in a perimeter X far away. It makes ringy noise when you if something enters the perimeter.
I'm going to set that up before we sleep.
Okay, so you set it up in the snow around the tent.
Yeah.
So if something enters or leaves the perimeter, let me just. Is it anything or anything not
It's Eddie
designated?
I think that was under infusion magic.
When a creature enters the area. Okay. I got it. I just double checked. It doesn't alert you if someone leaves. It alerts you when they enter.
Okay. Well, there you
No
go.
worries, he's gonna throw constructs at us. It's not gonna go off at all.
The limitation is a 20-foot cube.
Ouch.
So you basically could cover one end of the tent. So presumably the entrance.
Yes.
So
So if we're doing watches, who's doing the first watch?
Hmm.
so it's on this end of the tent. Yes.
Yeah,
Order of watching.
I'll go last.
I call middle.
Which middle?
Second last.
There.
I'll take the one after Thorin then.
That's auto.
Oren's going on last.
The one after first then.
Who's on second?
So
Guess
who's on
Cayenne is
fast?
first.
Yep.
Which means Rill gets to do that lovely thing she likes doing. Sleep. Also quite handy considering they're at the back of the tent.
Wait. Rail doesn't need much sleep compared to the others, right?
She can have as much sleep as she wants.
Doesn't mean she doesn't enjoy it.
It's the person's choice. If you want to sleep longer, you can sleep longer.
It plays into your character.
Cayenne is. Cayenne, are you actually sleeping, or are you doing your weird? I'm just staring at the ceiling of the tent.
She hasn't experienced this type of cold, so she's gonna try to sleep to conserve energy and be warm.
And
So
you
you're
know,
actually sleeping.
Yes.
maybe accidentally
Okay.
blow us up with fire, keeping us really warm.
No. Sure,
Right.
bring the half the mountain down on us. That's a great idea.
Right. Okay, so. Bye, Kaite.
Hi, Kaite. Hi, new Kaite.
Color changing Kaite. Right. So, you set up like this. When everyone kind of finally settles down and you figure out and you get yourselves as comfortable as you can being in the close proximity to one another that you're not actually used to testing your boundaries. You start your watch. Cayenne is first. I'm not going to have you roll. So, Cayenne, during your watch, are you going to move to the entrance of the tent, or just stay inside listening and whatnot?
I feel like she would have the
Because you're
easiest
currently in the
time-
middle.
I feel like she would have the easiest time of not jostling anyone, especially if she turns into a kobold.
Let me make myself shorter legs and things.
Oh my.
Quick question.
Yeah, it turns into a
deity.
Quick question. If the alarm spell can only cover the front, and someone enters it from inside the tent, does it still go off?
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
It's when someone enters that area. So if
It's
you
a 20-foot
cross-
cube in front of the tent.
So anybody inside the tent that is outside that radius that walks into that radius, it will go off.
it will set the alarm off. It just states creatures that enter the area.
Yeah.
Okay, then
So
spell
presumably having a bit of common sense is you just want to cover the entrance.
Yes.
So it should be something like that. So it's at the front of the tent, so things can't sneak in around the sides.
Yeah.
Cayenne just watches.
Okay, so you're not going to creep out the front of the tent. You're just going to like keep your ears and open and.
Well, I mean, Cayenne could just scoot over here because he counts it small, and
Okay.
Cayenne realizes as she turns into a kobold, this is smaller than before.
It's the clothes are also baggy.
A lot baggy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're baggier than they would have been even if she turned into the medium-sized kobold that she turned into before. So she's now just bundled up, just waddles over, or sits there for her prolonged period of time.
Okay. So you shrunk yourself down and you're sitting in the entrance space, looking out. As everyone else kind of like settles into their slumber as best they can.
Yeah.
What you see during as the last bits of daylight disappear is Lumi is who has gone from just kind of like wandering around waiting for you guys to set up and everything, just staying out the way. You watch her as she starts digging herself a hole just a bit further away from the camp into the like in her cat form, and you see her like just scooping out large amounts of snow into a pile, then sort of like just pushing herself into it to like pat it down in a sense, and then you watch as she slowly shrinks into a smaller creature.
Is it the rabbit?
It's the hare.
Ah.
And you watch her basically like burrow into that mound of snow that she's just made and packed down,
Neat.
making her own little shelter.
Neat.
And you see her going off to. Night is chilly, and as the darkness sets in, it's a nice clear night sky. You can still see very well under the starlight. And your watch goes uneventful. It's quite possibly that you are the only things up here right now.
Cool. I wallow back.
Okay.
When it's my turn to swap to Zoho.
Can you make a dexterity check?
Womp.
Or dexterity saving throw, I should say. Or acrobatics.
Or everything at the same time.
Whichever
If I
one
give
of those is Bella. Acrobatics, save. Whichever one's Bella.
Actually, let me open up this one. This is where I'm.
Okay, you're fine. You don't trip over sleeping people.
I mean, I should, and I should be able just to do this.
You walked past me. I basically take up my 2 spaces.
Yes, and tech. Yeah, and if last I checked, I thought Thorin was a small.
No,
Or is it
foreign's
medium?
medium.
Ah.
Also, I don't know whether people like moving. People have a tendency of randomly moving in their sleep. So it's just
Fair.
it's not exactly a hard one. It's just the fact that you've got to go back into the TensorFlow. I could make it
Fair.
roll for every person if
As
you like.
Cayenne is
No.
trying to step past Zoho, he chooses that one moment in his sleep to turn on his side.
It's okay. Zoho's the one who needs to wake up next, or she can just let everybody stay asleep. Up to them.
No, it's okay. If Soho trips her, she's just gonna friggin' people's elbow on the way down.
They're fine.
Wake up!
Mm, let's see. Nope. She just start.
I
she
know what
just-
that's for.
She starts tapping Zoho on the face with a small kobold hand. Wake up! Wake up!
Scale.
Wake up.
What? Oh.
Your turn.
Oh. Okay.
Okay, I
she's
like
small,
that
and-
voice change. That made so much sense. Like, your turn. I'm just a
And
little
Zoho is
gremlin.
so asleep, doesn't even realize it's a different person.
Except that it looks like Cayenne when she took the kobold old form, just small, or as she just turns all of her stuff into a base, basically a small cave, and
Yes,
just
now Zoho.
crawls in and then just stays like that and sleeps.
Zoho is awake. He moves across these two sleeping.
Okay, so Cayenne's going to go to sleep, and
And,
Zoho's now taking watch.
and sitting on my lap. Okay.
Yeah, he's just huddled in his bedroll like a worm, just staring out.
Staring out into the dark. Well, not so darkness because the
It's all
clear
white.
skies right now.
Yeah.
However,
It's very pretty.
the sky is pretty.
If it wasn't so cold, I could have sketched this. Shame. I should try and commit this to memory. So tired though. Well. He's still watching.
Wake up.
He sees the hole that Lumi dug.
Yeah, you can see the mound and the hole going into it.
Mm,
That wasn't there before.
mm.
You can't actually see Lumi from your position because she's.
He's still watching. Watching.
Can you make a perception, please?
Okay. 14.
So as you head into the midnight hours, you can feel the cold really starting to set in on the edge of the tent.
He just scrunches up in the bedroll. Stay awake. Stay awake. So, stay awake. Just for another few hours. Then, you can wake up Otto. Which is convenient, because he's right here. Yes. Sniffle.
Right. So
She went to bed in the cabin.
yeah, I know. I was just checking you wasn't doing a funny. So,
The answer would still be the same.
you don't notice any creatures other than yourselves. And as for, you feel the cold starting to like chip away at you in the entrance of the tent, and a breeze starts to. There's a more consistent breeze picking up in the air. Every now and again, there's that awkward bit where it just catches right and it runs through the tent. But for the most part, it's nothing to worry about. And
So it's near the end of the watch.
Yeah, your watch comes to an end.
Zoho looks down at the Furbolg next to him and swiftly reaches. It's kind of swift. He just swiftly pushes his arm out and goes pop. Just reaches out to Otto's snoot and just goes boop. That's right. Boop the snoot. Is there a response from Otto? Terp.
Otto's gonna gently push the hand away.
You're awake. He would see a very Zoho shivering as he hurriedly puts his arm back in the bedroll. It's starting to get colder.
Okay.
Unless you wish to freeze up here by the entrance, maybe keep the flaps open just a crack.
Alright.
Keep the flaps open just a crack. I
just
think you mean close.
Carefully maneuvers around the other sleeping folks towards the back.
Well, considering a person would take 2 squares, and Kyan's now only taking up 1.
And he just thump.
Everyone's slowly getting more squished towards the back end of the tent.
Because Kaite is right there.
You assume that Kaite is warm. So,
Otto's gonna just sit up.
Otto, your turn.
Otto's just gonna sit up, and he's got his blanket on his shoulders.
Okay.
He's gonna keep an ear out and poke his eye out the tent every periodically.
Alright, can we have perception from you?
Mm-hmm. Oh no.
Okay. So, during your watch,
Yeah, I see.
the only thing you notice is the wind
It's windy.
is starting to pick up more than when Zoho was watching. And you can hear the tents that are set up kind of flapping in the wind as they get buffeted by the wind. It's actually fairly noisy and kind of irritating just listening to tents, like wind constantly making the tents flap. Not long into your watch, there is a sudden gust and what we got? 1, 2, 3. B12, that's what I need.
Oh no. Part of the tent collapses.
So, all of a sudden, behind you, the corner of this tent you're in gets pulled out as the wind comes rushing through. And the whole side of this tent is basically just flapping in the wind, wide open. As the piton that you've used to hold it down, as it just gets ripped out of the ground by a gust of wind that catches
How?
the canvas just right.
Oh
Like just
shit!
right.
The tent hasn't collapsed, but it is suddenly gets very cold for Thorin and Otto,
I am
as this
wide
tent is
awake at
basically
this
just
point.
woof, 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 woof.
I
Thorin, you
immediately.
are woken up by the sudden drop in temperature as
Yeah.
the wind whips through.
Glass
I'm-
breaking sound effect as Thorn's eyes snap open.
I immediately rush to that section, try and locate the piton, and re-hammer it home.
Investigation.
Damn it, Otto! Please don't flub this. I can only help so much.
Yay!
The piton is gone.
Then I replace it
What?
with one of my other ones.
It is not connected to the tent. It's somewhere, possibly in the surroundings outside.
It got yeeted.
It got yeeted because
How?
it just got pulled out and just
I pull out a spare
as it
one.
says flapping. You pull out a spare one.
I could use guidance here, but I don't know if I want to.
Well, you're suddenly awake and you sit to the sudden cold gust of wind running.
I help him pin the
For
flap
your
down, and I will
derriere.
be back because my food's here.
And you see Otto just scrambling around trying to get the tent. Otto, you have the feeling that if you don't get this done, it's like possible that the rest of the tent could get pulled up.
Mm-hmm. I know. I said I immediately grab an
So-
extra piton and start going at it immediately.
I would roll an athletics.
Save or skill?
It's skills. As you basically rummage through your pack for
Ah,
your.
shit.
Ah.
I'm gonna re-roll that.
You can.
Oh, come on!
Really?
In your panic,
I dropped the other piton.
you're trying to. You just can't. Like you're struggling to basically hold the tent. The wind as it keeps pulling at the tent. It's hot. You just can't get the tent to hold down long enough for you to actually get that piton driven in enough to hold it down.
Guys, I need some help here.
Foreign choosing the best times to go BRB.
Yeah, I know. I need somebody to hold
Hey,
down the tent so I
Josh,
can.
you.
He went
Josh,
BRB.
you are
He's gone.
mute.
He's gone.
He's
He's
BRB.
he stepped away. His food is here.
Zaha is like, what? Why is it so cold?
One of the tent pegs got uprooted. I need help.
What do you need?
I need you to hold down the flaps so I can nail it down.
Done. He grabs the flaps.
And now I do this with
Now
Now you
advantage.
can have advantage.
Eyes returned.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Lovely.
Zoho woke
Hi-ya.
up to the call.
Yay!
So in this momentary of panic of the, but together you are able to like hold the canvas down, and while Otto actually gets another piton driven back in.
I go back to sleep.
Ah!
Okay. Let's hope that doesn't happen again.
Indeed.
I'm going back to sleep.
Soho,
Eat just burritos again.
before you go
There's
back to
2
sleep, you
burritos.
notice that like the whole lot of the tent is doing the whole as the wind is battering it.
Oh no!
I just
Oh yeah.
wish Sabakaze could help with this, but probably not. Can't rely on her.
Let's go check the.
He says this nearby tent flaps just, and he just lazily reaches out and with one hand just grabs both tent flaps and just holds them.
That doesn't stop the rest of the tent from doing that.
It stops
Wait,
this
Soho
part.
is doing this?
Zoho, while sleeping, is holding onto the tent flap somehow.
Holding the tent flaps while sleeping? No, you either hold the tent flaps or you try to get back to sleep. You don't get to do both.
Fine, I'll sleep. I'm pretty sure if this gets loosed, we're gonna have a very peeved rail on our hands.
It's okay, I'm just going back and checking everyone's athletic roll. Right, so the wind batters the tent for the rest of your watch. For the most part, the wind batters your tent, and I'm going to. Are you going to be like keeping an eye on things?
Yes.
More on making sure the tent isn't pulled up, or
Yes.
checking anything coming?
I can only choose one, can't I?
You gotta focus on one thing now.
I'll do the tent and hopefully rely on the alarm system.
Okay. Roll a perception again.
Because I'm asleep, I can't help you now.
Okay, you don't notice anything, and as your shift goes on, the wind does calm back down again. It's still rough, it's still rattling the tent, but before the end of your shift, you get to a point where you're confident that it's not going to
Murder you?
murder you. The wind is not going to murder you. And it comes to the end of your watch.
Who was last? I forget.
Fine.
Me.
Okay, I shake the guy next to me.
I groggily sit up and I'm just like, what?
Your
Huh?
turn.
Oh, okay.
I
I rub the sleep from my eyes and go sit at the edge of the tent,
I
staring
don't-
out into the world.
I don't know why, but that response I said just it felt like I channeled my inner sweet. Your turn.
I feel like that's a Metaton or like a similar character that would do that.
Nah, just general.
Or Gear him. Gear him.
Oh jeez. Da-da, da-da.
Gear him would do that to people just to screw with them.
Right, so Foreign, I'll need a perception check from you.
Let's see how poorly I roll. Normal. Perception is one of my better skills too. You know what? I'm gonna do this because it is a task, and screw it. Let's see how. Okay. Wasn't expecting that. I was actually expecting to get a 1.
Okay. So, during your watch, over the course of the 2-ish hours, the wind finally settles down, and it becomes a bit more peaceful. When
Any northern lights?
if you look outside the tent and look up, you cannot see the stars.
Uh-oh.
In fact, as you look around, you can't really see much at all.
I don't like.
As you're approaching the early hours, your vision is limited to 60 feet,
Oh no!
roughly. The cloud levels come down. You are high.
Oh no, who
There
gave
is
us the weed?
You are high in the mountains. The cloud level has sunk, and effectively a fog just blankets the entire mountaintops.
Well, that's great. It's a good way to die by falling off the side of the mountain because you can't see shit.
I know, right?
I hate you.
It's a common thing to happen high in the mountains early in the morning.
I hate you. I
It's
can
also
see where
very-
this is going.
Also, speaking from experience, trying to snowboard down a mountain when you can only see 100 odd feet in front of you is very entertaining.
Now, you only have yourself to blame.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
It's what happens
Sounds
when
like
the
my
cloud level
experience.
is below the friggin' like top end of the route. You don't get to see anything till you get like halfway down the mountain. Anyway, back on track. So your watch is less eventful than Otto's, but you can make out that the sun up is happening. It does get a bit brighter, but your vision, it's just the range of your vision that is limited due to the... And everything around you, outside, is white. The sky is white. The horizon is white. The ground is white.
It burns!
Full on blanket.
Ugh.
The good news is, as you managed to rescue the tent quickly enough, everyone got their good night's sleep. Cayenne didn't explode.
Restored
Yeah.
stamina.
I actually need Zoho to make a wisdom save
Oh
before I forget.
boy. I was hoping you'd forget, but you didn't.
Of course he doesn't.
just like-
He loves to take advantage of characters.
You are
Nat
fine.
20.
Other than that brief, terrifying moment where everything got very cold all of a sudden and Otto was panicking, everything is fine.
Just imagining
I
like
just-
Otto now going,
I
oh
just
god, oh god, oh
imagine
god, oh god.
And Zoho just grabs his shoulders and goes, bap, bap. Get a hold of yourself. I hold 10 flaps. You put Pitten in. And he's like, okay.
And so a new day begins. Your alarm spell will wear off, because that's 8 hours.
I am going to.
Everyone gets their stamina. If you have exhaustion, it is reduced by 1. Health should be maxed, but I think everyone's health is maxed anyway.
I think I had an
No,
exhaustion
it's
point.
not.
Yeah, set your stamina health to max
Yeah.
and click your long rest button.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure mine was just 1 point of exhaustion.
Yeah, I don't recall anyone getting 2 levels.
Not
Not
for a
off the top of
while.
my head. And everyone slowly, gradually.
I have to manually
Get
restore
stamina
stamina.
back.
Hmm.
Get that
Yeah.
stamina back.
Go ahead, guy.
Everyone gradually wakes up in whatever order, real most likely being last.
And Otto most likely being first.
I'm still awake, so what are you talking about?
Waking up, my dude.
I poke Zoho.
Mm,
You should take a look outside.
why
Otto
I've
hears
never-
Otto hears what he
I-
says and just like slightly opens the door. All he sees is white. And actually wait, Kaya, would my character know about snow glasses?
What do you mean by snow
Uh
glasses?
the
Are you
the-
talking about the whole like slits and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
to prevent snow blind? No.
Yes. Okay.
You are not native from mountains.
That's true, but I'm wondering if he might have heard about it. That's all.
It's also not necessarily it's not the reflection of the light, it's just the fact that everything is currently blanketed in a fog.
Hmm.
It's all white, it's all just blending together.
Okay.
Either way, I say look outside. We're high up in the mountains, but there's fog out there.
Hmm.
That's odd. That doesn't seem
Not
right.
really.
Have you heard of
I-
fog on mountains before? I haven't heard of that.
I have. It's not
Hmm.
actually fog. It's
Let's
the clouds. We're so high up that we're at the same level as the clouds.
Cayenne peeks her head.
Well, let's check the forecast anyways, shall we?
Cayenne peeks her head out of the pile of cloth.
And he's currently freaking kobold.
I'll
I don't even question it at this point. I just pick Cayenne up and
like a
carry
small
Cayenne over
child.
to the- yep, carry Cayenne over to the door and then open the flap a little bit so Cayenne can see what's out there.
Cayenne's head slowly turns. You can't see the body, so the entire head just turns 180. The fuck do you think you're doing?
Have you gone to tiny or small?
Small but basic.
Yeah, okay. I'm just checking. Check. So you're a toddler.
I just look at Cayenne. I stop questioning when you get big and small anymore. It is amusing to show you this.
And
I like
know
the
you're
point-
gonna
I-
react.
I would
Yeah,
like to
also a
point.
kobold.
I would also like to point out that I couldn't actually turn this small. I could only turn to like your size, and technically be the same size as before. I don't know what's going on with me. Why is it foggy?
all you see beside them, Otto's got his hand up, looking at the forecast.
It's clouds, Cayenne.
Clouds.
We're so
It's
high in the
clouds.
mountains, it is the clouds. We're on the same level as the clouds.
Who allowed this? Can I be
You're
put down so I
allowed.
can change back?
I turn around and put Cayenne down inside the tent.
Just slowly grows back into normal Cayenne.
Did you remember to do a 180?
Yes.
Okay. And your limbs kind of like slowly start filling out the sleeves and leg holes.
Podcast? Les?
Cloudy, I said.
That's
Or
what
did it
my
get lost
forecast.
in the other clouds? It might have got lost in the regular cloud. Yeah, your forecast is cloudy. A little like actual puffball like forms in your hand.
It seemingly gets lost in the rest of the clouds.
Alright, so that's useless today. That or we're not getting weather other than clouds in our faces.
Hmm. Interesting.
Lumi?
Lamy?
I point out that the snow pile. She turned into the rabbit again and burrowed.
I'd really love to be able to have her ability to keep her form for long periods of time.
Shrug.
I mean, it's fun. Wait, why am I
Yes,
talking like
but
that? I'm not a
normal
kobold anymore.
normal druids can't do that.
You can't?
No.
The fuck?
I could hold my form for maybe 3 hours at this point.
I'd like to point out I don't know anything about druid, so I thought maybe it was a learning curve.
I mean, maybe once you get to master rank, but something telling me she's not that far along yet.
I just stare at Otto at this point. She's able to school you on how to be a druid. I think she's a lot further along than you are.
She could also just be older.
You missed our last fight, but I kinda brought her to a standstill.
Eh. She's still stronger, smarter, faster. For the moment.
I love your support.
I did say for the moment.
Actually, that my character would say that. What am I talking about? Like, damn it. Getting caught up in the moment. I don't like that.
No, this is for the moment. I
Yes,
did
but
say
my
that.
character wouldn't reply like that. He's not a snark.
Yeah. That's random. So, what should we do then? While I may know about this phenomenon, don't know if we can really navigate the mountain while it's like this.
I don't think we have a choice.
Dude, you're saying we should try to force our way through?
Slowly, mind you, but yes.
You could fall off a mountain and die.
We can
Be an
either
avalanche
climb.
and you
We can
die.
either climb the mountain to get above the clouds, or go down the mountain on the other side to get below them.
If it's a valley down below, we didn't exactly see if there was.
Either way, judging from the forecast, I don't think this weather's going to change anytime soon.
Fair enough. Lobey!
Oh, yeah, okay.
We do
Well,
need our
Boba.
guide.
I'm assuming you're just randomly shouting.
In the
If that-
direction that Cayenne pointed to the snow pile.
It's not a hole anymore. It's probably buried by now.
That's why I said snow pile.
Your voice echoes down the mountainside.
I probably should have thought about that before doing that. I just don't want to throw snow at her. She can turn into a giant cat.
A few moments pass, but a white hair emerges from the burrow it had made. Her nose twitching, ears forward towards you as they look towards the tent.
Well, she's awake.
She is awake. And she's just staring at you.
Could you find your way through this fog, Lumi?
She just continues staring at you as her nose twitches.
Is she within the range?
She is within the range. She's just outside. She's not far from the tent at all.
Stitch? What?
Stitch record player. What?
What? What is that?
I'm assuming that they typed something into the name thing.
I'm gonna guess it's something like Stitch from Lilo and Stitch, where Stitch had his claw on
No, I get that. I
Um,
get that, but I'm confused as to why that's part of that right now.
Because all Cayenne does is connect to Loom, like Bluetooth, and open her mouth, and Lumi's voice comes out.
Oh god, it's a literal Stitch.
And if they were still a kobold, they would match the look too.
The response you're hearing is like, from Luma's head is like, yeah, across the mountain, same way we're going.
Exactly like I said.
Shrug. I start packing everything.
You guys going to just immediately set out then?
No, I'm gonna have food first.
Okay.
Yeah, rations.
Yes. As you can probably tell, there's not really anything you can go find up here. It's not many much places to go look.
It's okay,
I
I came
stole
prepared.
crap.
Cheese!
So after leaving the, The-
Cayenne, could you wake Grill up? We need to get going soon.
so after leaving the cabin, we're having a second ration, or just the one?
This is a new day now, so
Okay.
You
Okay.
It's
would
a
only-
one-day ration.
oh, if you're you just need one.
Okay. Yeah.
I know
Okay.
what you're getting at. Yeah, it's just one.
Well, it's
Also,
fine.
no one at any point actually said you had to eat both together in the first place, so
Yeah, fair. Get
it is one.
Cayenne just starts poking Real. Sorry to say, but you need to get up.
Kaite drags Azaril by the shirt collar.
It's also very cloudy.
Otto wafts a slice of cheese.
No.
Looks. That's not meat. I can already tell she likes meat more than cheese.
I don't know. She was pretty happy when I gave it to her last time.
Well, I don't know that. I didn't see that.
That's why I'm telling you.
Oh, for goodness sakes.
I take out the
Zoho-
mini strength
Zoho
figure and I
pokes
walk
her
up
on
to
the
her.
forehead. Rill, get up. He's just continuously poking her.
I know an easy way to get real up, but I'm the DM, so I'm not gonna say.
Break down the tent, let her freeze, yeah.
I did say I was packing everything, did I not?
Mm,
Yeah, you were, but we're not ready.
ow. He just
Hacking just means bed rolls are fine.
slowly raises the finger that Rill's biting
I'm just imagining.
and just stares at her.
I'm just imagining she's still attached, so you're like dragging her up with it.
Are you done? Rill, are you done?
I just look at Zoho like, are you trying to die?
Hey,
Up,
yep,
right.
that's what I thought. You're pulling her up by the teeth, and she's just like.
I poke Zoho. I have an empty backpack here. I could fill it with snow.
Please don't. Actually, I have a better idea. And he just holds Rill up to the open tent flap where there's cold coming in. Like her cheek.
Oh,
It's just getting hit by cold.
I back away. I am not having any part in that.
I'm just imagining protests now.
She can protest all she wants. I'm going to keep her here until
Didn't say it
she
out
lets go of my
loud.
finger.
No, I thought of something, but I don't know if it would work.
Growl. Retrieve.
Wait, if Kaite grabs
Kaite,
her,
do you want her to? You want her to stay sleeping, or we're supposed to get moving in a moment?
I go outside the tent, rip up the one side, and flip it over the other.
Oh,
I'd like to point out that she's still attached to your finger. While Kaite pulls her
No.
away.
yeah.
Right, it doesn't
Ginger
have a clue
Conic.
what you're on about.
Okay, Kai, can I actually do that?
You want to start taking the tent up to make it cold?
No. I'm gonna rip. I'm
Do-
gonna grab the one side and yank it up and flip it over on the other side,
Uh,
so that right over top of.
Athletics.
Yeah, it's not
Okay.
that easy to just yank it up. It's held down with pittons.
I'm gonna be over here.
Also, which tent?
The one Azrael's in.
Middle one.
That's the middle one.
There is 0. Hold on. I am. You know what? I'm in for a penny, in for a pound. I'm going all the way with this.
In for a penny, in for a pound. There's no stopping him now.
Wow.
Meanwhile,
Oh.
Otto's still eating his food.
I've already ate my ration, so I'm good.
Okay, roll 2 d20s.
Oh shite. I'm gonna regret this in 2 seconds.
No, this
but-
is crit confirmed, dude.
No, it's not even crit confirmed. It's
Oh.
something else.
Okay.
Ooh, sorry. I don't know why I double clicked.
Okay,
One
so Farin goes outside and, like, digs a small hole into the snow to get his hands under the edge of the tent, and he just sort of, like, yanks as hard as he can, and you just hear ping and ping. You now have the side of the tent in your hands, and
I am going to flip it up and over
as
the
you
top.
flip it up and over, the 2 poles that you've got holding it up in the center kind of just collapse, and rather than going up and over, the tent just collapse on top of Rill and whoever's else
Glop.
inside the middle one.
Now she's even warmer.
I wouldn't say that.
Shit. No.
It's like an
she's
extra
not
blanket.
warmer,
It's like an extra
No.
blanket.
because the center section is now collapsed. Both, but there's air coming in from all sides now because now she's cold and got.
She's currently
wax.
she's currently under the tent.
That's what I'm trying to tell you, Josh.
She's the one under the tent. Everyone else is cold.
Yes, everybody else is cold. She's currently under the warm tent.
I
The
just
tent
look-
isn't warm. It's just tent. It's a cold.
It's like an extra blanket.
I just mentally connect with Azrael by whatever or part of her I can see sticking out of the now collapsed tent, and I'm just like, Azrael, it's time to get up. We need to get moving. I'm sorry,
I'm just imagining nails
but
on
you need to get
chalkboard
up.
as a response.
Can I roll her up in the tent and just roll her along for now?
Burrito.
What are you planning on doing? Shoving her off the cliff?
No, just roll her in front of us until she gets up.
What are you planning? Throwing her off the cliff? If I must!
That would probably be very difficult considering you've got to somehow get the person on top of the thing that you want to roll them into.
Oh, that's fair. And Kayate would not make that easy.
No.
I'm just gonna grab the canvas and walk over and pull it over and out of the way now. So that she can't hide under it.
You just yanking up the other side, or are you going to actually do
Yes.
something?
Yes.
Another
I'm gonna-
athletics.
Like I am not having this now. Thorin is just like me. Okay. Hold on. Because I know I can do it. If I need to set up a macro for this, I keep forgetting to. Oh,
You
Is she
yank on the tent,
serious?
and it does
Is
not
she
budge.
serious? Is can I help him?
You could just spend the time taking the tent down,
Yeah.
Yeah.
rather than just
Let's
trying
just
to
take the
forcibly
tent.
do it.
Yeah, let's just
I'm-
take the tent.
Just
Yeah.
work around. Like, she's not on top of it, just take the tents away.
Yep.
Back up.
I gesture to Cayenne and Otto. Let's put the tents away. She won't be able to sleep without shelter
As
because she's
Otto,
not getting up otherwise.
as Otto finishes and sweeps his hand together, I will now.
Please and thank you.
And he starts
'cause
putting away his own
apparently-
tent.
So, those who have eaten their rations, make sure you take off your rations.
I
Those
just
who are
did.
doing other shit, don't worry about it.
Well, I
You-
ate my
until
rations
later.
before doing this. So woo.
Because Rill obviously hasn't eaten yet,
Mm-hmm.
so we just need to keep in
She's
mind
still
that.
sleeping.
Yeah,
Yeah, except now we're all taking down the tents while she's still sleeping.
I just need to make note because it means she hasn't eaten, so if she doesn't eat by the end of the day, things happen.
Azrael climbs,
So-
snuggles with Kaite. Sleepy climbs up onto Dragonback.
Right, so you guys unpack the tents. Not unpack. Pack away the tents. Taking time. As you do, I'm assuming Otto is the one keeping count on this. You are missing 2 pittons.
Where'd the other one go?
Don't know, that's foreign.
Thorin, you lost one of my pittons. Now help me search for it, please. Since
They
you're
do
the
an
one-
investigation.
Weren't they still hooked into the fabric?
You yeeted one when you pulled it up.
Yeah, you yeeted it out the ground. You didn't take it down, you yeeted it.
Yeah,
Whatever.
because you were trying to be a strong man.
They do an investigation to find them? Question mark.
Well, as it is an investigation. Hey,
I
don't
asked
need
if I
to-
could.
Yeah.
You can attempt, yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna look around since Otto asked.
What the
and
fuck is with these?
I don't know. I technically asked first, and after Otto brought it up, and having eaten while they're taking down the tent, Cayenne would have at least done and started looking while they were doing
I'm
all of that.
just imagining they find the 2 missing ones. The one that I lost and the one that he lost.
I
You
somehow
lost
find a third.
2.
I somehow find a third.
You find 2 pittons.
Yay! You found the one I lost last night!
What the fuck? You lost one last night?
Yes! The tent got pulled out!
It did?
Yes! I had to nail it back in!
I was woken up by the cold.
Same. Maybe we should have told her
Congratulations, you
there
have
was
your
a...
pittons back.
Yay!
Just out of sheer dumb luck.
I just give them to okay. Next time we dub, I'll mark these down if we have to ton old tents again.
I lean over to Cayenne and whisper in Cayenne's ear. Maybe next time we should tell her there's a spider in her bedroll.
Cayenne, the tall
Why?
of the two, just looks at you and like, why? Why are you
Ah.
like this?
And as for Rill, it is rather chilly outside, considering the tents are now gone. If you're lying on Kaite, your belly's warm, your back is freezing.
Oh, I'm just imagining.
It's that awkward middle ground of opposites.
But where's the
I
tents
would-
gone?
dear lord. Dude, where's my car, man?
I was thinking more, but where's the rum gone?
Yeah, I know.
I am not becoming the warm top by turning small.
You don't want to be Big Spoon?
He would be Little Spoon, or she would be Little Spoon.
No, I would technically be Big Spoon because I would be on Ezreal's back.
Yes,
Wait
but
a
you would be
minute.
small.
Yeah, taking down the tents, taking down the
The
tents.
tents are taken down. We got to that point.
Okay.
I think Rill's doing the half-assed. I'm just having Kaite carry me for the time being. Yes? No? Maybe.
Quicker
Eh.
answer would be to unmute.
Okay. So Rill is technically awake.
Otto rolls.
Yes?
Sorry.
Well, are you awake, half awake, or fully asleep? That's what I need to know. Which one of those three? Half awake. Okay. Right. So you pack up the tents, and when people seem to be as ready as they can be, questioning looks towards Rill.
Otto rolls his eyes and makes a makeshift sling for Kaite to carry her with.
Lumi starts in her hair form, just kind of like hopping, kind of through the snow in the direction that you're going to go. And after about 10 minutes, she goes, "Stop this," and you watch her stop as she grows back in size and takes on her cat form. As being bigger makes it a lot easier to walk through this stuff.
Mm.
It's not that deep, but considering she was a hare,
It's like a corgi jumping through the snow.
yeah, just not as cute.
Yeah.
And you start heading along the ridgeline of the mountains. I would like a traveling order. Like
I am in the middle.
Single file, please. Traveling order.
I'm last.
Varia wants to be in the middle.
I'm behind Otto.
What? I just said I was last!
Why?
Well, Otto said last, and then last, and then Soho was like, "I want to be behind Otto," so Soho can be last.
Motherfucker. Fine. But...
Or I could just walk.
It doesn't matter. Got caught off guard is all.
I'm on my way.
Everyone's kind of doing a thing. Oh,
I just want to make sure Rill isn't left behind by accident.
Why not?
Did not want to draw a line.
I know that won't happen because of her partner, but just want to make sure everybody's safe.
Right. And is any of this going to be relevant at this point in time? So.
Not going. I
So,
didn't say
let's
that out loud in
decide-
character, and I didn't imply that either.
That's why she said Terpinator.
Breaking the fourth wall. So, are we trying to?
That dragon
Do we
is a
have any
witch.
preference? Are we trying to go fast? Trying to?
I would say at a decent pace.
Are we just going?
Decent.
We're just going regular pace. We're not worried about like trying to avoid things. We're not trying to be stealthy, or we don't. As far as we are aware, nothing's chasing us.
Regular pace. Do not accidentally down the mountain.
Yeah, we kind of want to be careful because we can't really see very well.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to focus
Yeah.
on where you're going. Right. So, in which case, you're traveling along the ridge line that's running across, and you can only see about 6. You can see Cayenne. Loom is currently like traveling about 40 feet in front of you. She seems to have like slowed down her pace. She's kind of like gotten used to you guys being.
Chew!
Yes.
Chew!
Neat.
And she's taking some strides. Otto, are you doing your water walk at all at this point in time?
I'd rather feel the earth on this one. Plus the slower pace would force us to be a little bit more careful anyway.
Okay. So. Sorry, just plugging some numbers in.
No, you're fine.
Right, so I would like Cayenne, you're at the front, so I'll have you roll a well, that's a fire. I'll have you roll perception.
Is it with advantage because of the blind side?
No, it's just regular. I'm just having you roll it because you're at the front of the group.
That's fair.
That isn't Lumi.
22.
Okay, so as you're traveling, what you do notice in your limited field of vision is that every now and again, you seem to be getting a lot closer to the edge as you're traveling. And by that I mean like you get the sense that as you're traveling, the further you're going, the narrower this ridge is getting. So at first it's all like you felt steady, you just saw like this is ground, it's wide enough for the tents and whatnot, and it's kind of like continues like that. And over the course of the first hour, you notice that every now and again, it's like at first you're like, okay, we've got the ridge on this side, and then like a little after that, it's all like it switches out, like it disappears from view. The blatant drop off disappears out of your view on the one side and starts coming up on. And about hour and a half into your journey, you start noticing that it only takes a couple of steps to one side before, like, you start kind of like, rather than just going in a straight line, you kind of like go left a bit, right a bit, and you realize that the ridge that you're running across is within that like 60-foot field of vision.
Huh.
And you keep going for like the next half hour, so you're coming up to 2 hours, and at the 2 hour mark, it's all like you don't even have to alter your course ever so slightly following Lumi to now be able to see that you're pretty sure that there's only about 40 feet either side of you Whereas before it was like you were like, oh, this is comfortable. And it's starting to sink into your mind, like, how narrow is this going to get?
Looks around at the clouds. I wish dark vision allowed me to see through this shit.
I love obscurity. It's much better than just darkness.
Can I
Everyone has
hear
a problem
him
with
say
it.
that?
Sorry, what was that?
Wait, can't I?
I said, can I hear him say that?
Don't know if they're saying it out loud or not.
She would have said it audibly, but like Zoho might have trouble hearing it. Well, like
Speaking
going
of
it farther
Zoho,
back.
going to use Gust to dispel the fog? You know, disperse it? No?
If you use Gust, you saw like what's the range on Gust?
Is it gonna be like what he tried in the fog of stupid, where he just like pushes it out and it like rolls back in?
The range is 30 feet.
Well, we're within clouds, so
And we have visibility of 60 feet.
If you use Gust, like just out experiment, like it makes sense. Like you want to like if you can do it. As you use Gust, it does sort of like there's a noticeable effect of like of the stuff that's in range. Like you can see up to 60 feet, but it's obviously you can see like the particulars in the clouds and stuff in the closer. And as you use Gust, it kind of like leaves plane trails.
A
Chemtrails?
flame trail?
So it doesn't. You know the plane trails where like the cloud they.
Oh, plane trail.
Yeah, chemtrails.
Yeah, you can see the like you can see a line through like that's being forced through it. It's like it's not like the fog that before where it was just sort of like just immediately
isn't
rolling
made
back
of
in on
ma-
itself. It's
This isn't made of magic, it's natural.
yes. So it does eventually come back in on itself as things like move around, but not like immediately affect, and you leave those like trails until the wind like a breeze kicks in, and then it kind of like just smudges them out.
Naruto.
Interesting. And as they're walking, he just uses Gus here and there to make sure he knows where he's going. Because the fog is covering up his vision of the ground.
You can see the ground. It's white also.
meanwhile, Cayenne is
and at the point of the like first 2 hour, I think it was 2 hours in, and it's sort of like the rest of the group are going to start picking up that like when you're looking out to your left and right, you notice that it like, oh, there's the ridge that side and that side.
Meanwhile, Cayenne is only up front, just in case of suddenly giant hole that is just an impending doom drop.
Yeah, if Lumi just suddenly disappears from line of sight, considering she is a big cat, that would indicate something. And it's like next like 10 minutes or so ahead of you, it's all like, let's use this image as reference. Let's do that. Like, so you're walking along the ledge, and it's kind of like it opens back out on the right hand side, and you see like the like mountain curving upwards on your right, and everything seems to slant away from that as you're currently walking. It's like you're still on it, kind of on the ridge line, but rather than walking all the way up the mountain, you're kind of like doing the snaky pattern a bit low, not quite at the top, rather than going up and down, just kind of keeping it as low as possible. But you also notice from this, as you pass it, it's like you start noticing that the floor beneath you may be slanting as well. You just got like you just have that feeling as you now have this reference point to go on, but it still feels level because you're walking through the snow and it's compacting underneath you. And as you pass this like section, and it fades back into the fogginess behind you, out of the vision of like Zoho and everyone else, it's all like you quickly come across an area, and it is only. It goes back down, and this time it goes more rapidly. It's only 10 foot across the bit you see ahead of you. As you see Lumi kind of like just slowly come to a pause.
I connect to Lumi. What's up?
This bit's tricky.
You mean like you only you and me and the other druid tricky, or
Me, you, and the other confused.
like it won't like I meant like you, me, and Otto won't find it tricky, or it's like you, Otto, and Zoho with jump spell will find it easy.
I think I need to go smaller.
I catch up. What?
I think I need to go smaller.
It looks as if a 5-foot gap.
It's all like the bit you can see ahead of you, like the ridgeline quickly shrinks down to, and it's like it looks about roughly 10 feet wide, based on the snow layer that you're working on.
So being 5 foot would be helpful.
And Lumi kind of like starts shrinking down in size. And she goes into like, stays as a cat, but goes small like she did before when she was climbing.
So she's like a regular panther size now.
She's like she basically seems to like, it's like going from grown up to cub. Same cat, just smaller.
Okay. Okay.
Like before she turned into a hare and went into the bag.
And she starts slowly making her way forward.
I just relate to the group.
Okay.
About to be careful. It is now 10 foot wide and possibly slippy.
Should I, not be myself right now?
That's up to you.
I turned to the Otto, lean over. Well, I mean, if you should be fine because you're not like this big, but bigger. Turns into the Goliath. Doesn't realize she turned into the large variant, then shrunk back down to icon above the word Fae.
Yes, after 2 hours of travel, Will is finally awake.
And Cayenne still does not realize that she can also turn into large.
Conveniently timed for this tricky situation whereby she might fall off.
Sounds about right.
Ah, shit. I gotta go put that. I'll be back.
Right. Lumi is slowly moving forward as a small, like, you can, like, everyone can clearly see it's like she's taking a bit more time with where she's placing her feet and whatnot. And it's like, after about like not even 100 feet traveled. It's narrower. It's like I said, you were on the ridge, top of the ridge before. You're definitely on the ridge line right now, as you're traveling this section. I would like people to describe how they would walk across something that's not necessarily any
Tightrope?
wider than themselves.
One
Not like a
foot
plank,
in
but
front
like
of the other.
Tightrope. I think this is where my acrobatics could come in handy.
Yeah, tightrope, but with walking stick, because I have one of those.
like this is the
Oh.
presumed
Spear.
this is effectively the presumed safe spot for this traveling. And why I asked everyone to in a line.
Yeah, Zoho takes out the spear he's had against his pack and just uses a bouncing bar while he just walks the narrow part like a tightrope.
I'm assuming one side is a cliff face and the other one is a cliff edge.
It's slippery.
I'm
No, you're on
asking
the
Kai.
actual ridge of the mountain. So,
So
you're
the
now,
very
like,
tippy top,
you're
either
now
side
actually
is a
on
drop.
the peak of mountain. You guys
So-
are like
Okay. Alright. So either side is a drop. Alright.
yeah. So like before you followed the wide ridge here, and then as you passed like this peak on the right hand side and continued onwards, you then effectively see this little lump in the background.
Mm.
Imagine that just kind of like continues and well,
Except the crest.
yeah, that's the word. Like you're following this.
We crested a ridge.
And so now it's like proper narrow, proper steep. You don't really you would not be able to walk on the slopes either side. And the presumed safe space is like the narrow 5-foot spacing for yourself. From what you can make out, your footing is so you're working. How would your characters basically follow a ridge line if they're doing a hiking trail kind of thing? If they're unsure about their footing and things, considering the conditions.
Gingerly walking forward with a walking stick as a kind of a counterbalance, and a third leg, so to speak.
You have a 10 pole to use as a walking stick if you want.
No, I have a walking stick. It's my staff.
Or your staff, yeah, that also works as a walking stick.
I would be taking my time and treating it the same as I would a mine where you're on a on a path instead of an enclosed tunnel, or climbing the mountain.
Per normal, but making sure of footing and making sure there is a precaution in case suddenly tilt.
So you're trying to like plant your feet through the snow so you can actually attach to something kind of deal?
Yes.
Because it's like, I'm not sure, it's like, I guess spider climb does attach you to snow, but the fact that the snow may not necessarily be attached to something underneath is the problem. So as Cayenne's walking, like Cayenne's like deliberately making a trail in the snow.
Well, no, it's okay. Well, it's also a case of spider climb is now active in case like
Yes.
she starts going one way and there is like patch of rock. Just stick foot
Grab
there.
it, grab it.
It turns into just have to step on rock, and if it's sturdy enough, it becomes basically foothold for at least Cayenne.
Right, so Cayenne's making sure their spider climbs on. Foreign, what did you say you're doing? Just slow and steady, or
Yeah, because I treated the same as say being
feel-
underground on on a pathway instead of in a tunnel or while climbing a mountain.
Okay. Otto, you said you want to do walking stick, so planting it in front of you to check there's a footing there.
Yep.
Zoho, do you have a
Yeah.
preference?
Use the spear to sort of anchor myself.
Wait, do you have
On
a
the-
spear?
Yes, I have a spear.
Have you even
I have
used your spear at any point in time?
No.
No, I have not.
That
But
will
I've
explain me
had it.
going, you have a spear?
It was a spear.
If you have it,
that-
it's fine.
It was the spear he borrowed from the kobolds.
It's okay. I was just like, you have a spear. If
You
it's there,
borrowed a
it's there.
spear?
Right.
Yes,
Borrowed
back in the
quotation.
Borrowed big giant quotation marks.
Real, how would you negotiate this?
Waking up.
Right.
Embers of Path. Okay.
Alright, Kaite embers. So every step, Kaite is going to take a breath and go on the square, like effectively the next 5 feet to try and melt the snow. Yeah, is that what you're saying? Because that's a lot of breathing. Okay, and how is Real negotiating this?
Will is still on Kaite's back.
Lovely. Just what we needed to hear. Right, so you start slowly and precariously moving along this narrow trail, and it all seems to be going smoothly. Lumi kind of, after a short while, Cayenne, you see Lumi kind of suddenly pause for a brief moment before heading further forward.
Connect. What's up?
The sky.
No.
I could see her responding like that though.
Not what I meant.
Oh, just there was a bird up there somewhere.
Like the. I remember the name, but I don't remember the name.
A rock?
I know what you're referring to, and it's like,
It's
no,
not.
it's far away, whatever it is.
Okay, so not like
Wyverns.
Udurug size. Got it.
Even if it's his size, it's very far away.
Good to know.
It's okay. Let's keep going. Just keep walking. Just keep walking.
Left foot, right. foot,
Cayenne just
left.
walks and focuses on the floor, but has the stop, wait. I mean, it blank stare like. Okay, then didn't know that about that person. Because she didn't realize about the just keep walking.
A bit further on,
Just keep walking.
Otto, as you plant your stick ahead of you,
Yes.
a bit further on, the snow shifts slightly
Oh no.
as a small patch just kind of seems to slide off to the side
Watch your
in
step.
front of you. And
Watch your
notice what you plant your staff to the ground to make sure there's a footing there, and it hits the ground. But
And
as
it
you
gives
do,
way.
the chunk 6-inch patch of snow just kind of seems to just roll off to the side.
Watch your step.
You're okay.
Lovely.
You notice it.
I motioned to the monk to watch himself.
You keep traveling.
Are we supposed to be able to see those rolls?
I'd reset those.
The answer was no.
It doesn't matter.
Hmm?
It doesn't matter anyway. I was just kind of clicking while I was thinking. I'm looking at a different screen, and I'm like, and I'm just like clicking my mouse, and I'm like, oh, they're rolling, shit. I'm checking. I've got a list of people's passive perceptions and things. So you continue over the ridge line, and now I actually need to roll something.
So who's the most oblivious in our group? I have to ask.
What, based on passive perception?
Yeah.
Technically Kaite.
Okay, excluding Kayate.
Zoho.
Yeah,
Oh my.
I kind of figured, actually.
Really?
Based on the numbers, not actual character.
Yeah.
So, right.
Really?
It's okay. I rolled I rolled low enough. This time, everyone hears it.
Wait,
You
what?
hear a random cry from a echo across the mountainside, mountain ridge, and it's like distinct. It's that distinctive like screech of a bird of prey. And it just kind of like rolls in. It's the echo. It's the echo that you're picking up on, not the actual source.
Sus.
And
I mentally connect to what Lumi just see. So, just offhand, do you know what bird that is?
give me a second. I need to go look this up, you bastard. No, that's not what I want.
I can't stop yawning.
An owl. That's what I was looking for.
Woo.
Okay, an owl.
I guess.
Woo.
I'm gonna slap you right there.
So I mentally connect to everyone. Just say, according to Lumi, owl question mark?
Bullshit.
Bullshit.
I'm just gonna state I probably
Wait,
can
hang on.
corroborate.
shout
with
that
Not
that.
in
to
character.
everybody?
No.
No, I
no,
mentally connected.
No, Cayenne.
Mentally connected individually to each person.
So you're going to repeatedly say this to each person one at a time.
Yes.
It's an owl.
Really?
It's an owl. It's an owl. It's an owl. It's an owl. It's an owl.
An owl.
No, you all just get, it's an owl question mark?
My response is just like, I don't believe that for a second.
No, I don't know, I'm going off
Did I hear
of
it?
the
and
expert of the
can-
area.
Yeah. Did I hear it and can confirm as well?
Do you know what it specifically is? Roll a
Nature?
yeah. You would assume so. You don't recognize it.
The specific type, I guess.
You don't recognize the cry. You're not familiar with it. However, you can rule out like one or two like birds of prey that you do know of, so you assume that Loom is correct.
Okay.
So, and you keep plodding onward slowly as you can. And okay. Someone's typing. Let's wait for that one. I would like to blend in.
I would like to
at least
blend
for the
in,
next
but
hour.
yes.
Okay. It's like there's some paranoia that something's going to swoop down and attack you, isn't it?
Yes, it happened to her twice.
Right. I would like.
Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me a third time, fuck you. No, you ain't.
I would like Kaite to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh no, she's the most colorful now.
Can
Oh
oh wait.
no.
Oh no. Not the dragon.
Oh, good. Final Flash started.
Okay. So as Kaite is walking along carrying Vril, her left rear leg drops all of a sudden.
Oh no.
There is no foothold there. She starts to. The snow gives way and tumbles down. And I need Vril to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh no.
As Vril manages to cling onto Kaite as Kaite's butt basically makes contact with the ground, and she's left in this awkward, slightly precarious situation where, her left rear leg is just sort of like dangling right down. Her butt's kind of like perched on the most uncomfortable ledge ever, and she's got her front claws like dug in. Otto and Zoho, you see the ground beneath the snow, and there's this sudden realization to you two that there's not a lot of ground there.
Did they fall or?
No, she didn't. She didn't quite fall. The snow gave way, revealing how narrow you actually are. It's not 5 feet wide.
What?
The snow on top is giving the illusion that the pathway is wider.
Why are we in this precarious position?
Because it's the most, well, if Cayenne connects to Luby, the answer is because it's the flattest way. It's the flattest bit.
It's the easiest way for her.
No, it's the flattest way while being the fastest.
The fastest way is down.
Or
Can't we
going
go
ac-
down?
well,
He
well,
looks
going
down.
across.
As you look
He
over the
sees how
ledge, you slight vertigo. As you
Oh,
see
no,
the,
no,
as you
nope,
see
nope.
the, you see the, as you look down the side that the snow went from Kaite, you can just see it like, just feel like your vision's a bit clearer now. You haven't really paid much attention to it, but it's like you can see a bit further now, and you just see the like chunk of snow like snowballing down out as it disappears into the mist below. It's all like, hmm.
Later, we just hear an elk yell out in pain, "Ah, my leg! Who threw a giant snowball?"
There's just like a streak of like streak down the side of the mountain where what snow and stuff was stuck to the side is just all like just being swept down.
Oof.
And briefly afterwards, Otto and Cayenne, you hear an odd rumbling noise beneath you.
Uh-oh.
Does this rumbling feel familiar?
No.
So it doesn't feel like something living in lava. Got it.
Did it feel
No,
like the...
it's-
But in the inverse. Got it.
Did it feel
It
like the
sounds
ground
like
was giving?
something not necessarily. It sounds like something very large, but not necessarily a single thing moving.
I look up.
I said below you.
Oh, I look down.
Avalanche?
On the
You
Well, it's
cannot
not
see
coming from
far
a-
enough. You cannot see far enough to spot anything.
Connect, quick connect down the line.
Quick connect down the line. Are you asking everybody one at a time again?
No, I'm going to everyone to be careful. Something might be below us, and then connect to Lumi. Any idea what that is?
I'm going to try something fun here. I'm going to check the weather, but think about what is below us really hard. See if I could figure out what that was. Maybe it's an avalanche. Don't know, because avalanche is weather phenomena.
Your weather thing just gives you the same cloudy, a similar cloudy thing to what
Jack,
you had
damn it!
before.
Why do I even have you?
Lumi responds, "That's probably the Earth moving."
I'm sorry, the Earth moving. What?
The Earth can move here.
Why can the Earth move?
This
Glaciers.
is her and Cayenne telepathically. If Cayenne tells you that, then you shout out.
I'm not shouting. I'm not shouting that out. Like, what do you mean the Earth moving? Like an earthquake or arcane? Question mark.
The Earth moves? Question mark. You've never known the Earth to move?
Can I roll an Arcana to know anything or something?
It's not magical.
Would I know anything?
Nature? Question mark. Religion?
Kai?
You did not hear it, so you don't know what they're talking about.
So,
Did
so
I
like
hear
neither
it?
to.
They're
So-
telepathically communicating because I think Cayenne's a bit paranoid about stuff.
Yes.
I heard
So-
it, right?
Yeah, you heard it because Cayenne and Otto's passive is high enough, so they heard it.
I'm gonna guess glacier?
Cayenne just turns. So I'm not going to continue going back and forth connecting to people. I'll just pass it down. Apparently, the Earth can move, and God's not telling. And this part isn't in it, but God's not telling me if I can roll nature or religion to know anything.
You are not from any like. I'm not letting you roll the nature because you're not familiar with this None of you are familiar with this territory.
Yeah,
Okay, fair.
That's why it's
that's fair.
it's like from your backstories and stuff, you none of like Farin knows mountains, but he knows inside mountains. Like
I
doesn't
know
know he doesn't know tops of mountains.
the closest thing I know is the base of mountains.
Cayenne, bewildered by Earth moving and it not being
Magic.
messed with by some sort of magic. Landslide? I've at least heard of that.
Actually, no. I'll give Zyka that one.
What?
I got
Did she?
I got a reminder,
Eh.
and as you're saying that out loud,
Goodness.
I don't speak Elvish.
can't remember who does.
Cayenne, who understands
Faye.
Cayenne that understands Elvish. Okay, so it is just a landslide. Thank God.
It's like, and it's beneath us. Thank God.
And I understood that too. Okay. Oh. Yes.
No, because the other thing that Cayenne was thinking of is some monstrosity.
That Cayenne probably wouldn't know about.
Yes, she definitely wouldn't know about it. There is a limit.
Otto's only heard of landslides. He's never been or seen one, even though he's lived at the base of a mountain before, but not on the mountain. Okay, so now that we're done with this tangent,
Tangent? It's not a tangent.
not what I meant. Wrong wording. Sorry. My sleepiness is getting worse.
Oh God. Here we go again.
What?
Been a while.
Why? That's happening.
I can't read that.
Oh, good. I understand that.
Right, okay, you guys can figure that out between yourselves.
Yeah, I'm not gonna bother. Forget
I'll
it.
move it forward a bit because we did start late. So, you continue to your precarious trek across this narrow crest of the mountain until it starts to widen out again. And as it widens out again, it becomes more of a downhill journey. As when it gets to what Lumi believes is a traversable point, she starts to like waver off of the crest a bit to the slopes that are starting to form again, and starts to take a more downhill approach. Until you guys come to until she comes to a stop at the head of effectively another cliff face.
Please tell me we're at least safe here.
Probably not.
That does not help.
But I lived in mountains, not on them.
I think we're all out of our element here.
The monastery I was in was never built this high on a mountain. At least I have a tale I could tell my master. If our travels find us passing the monastery, at least.
Does anyone want to look over?
I look over.
Sure.
Look over.
If anyone looks over, can you make a dexterity saving throw?
Why?
Looks over
I
to
fear for my life every time.
looks over to what? I missed that.
If you want to look over the ledge that you stopped at,
No.
25.
The more I think about it, the more I realize no.
I am dexterous.
I'm not. Not to the same extent.
if you're looking over, you have to make the dex save.
Do I get advantage for being sticky?
No, it's not actually full dexterity. It's for something
No.
else.
Damn it.
It's okay. All those who are brave enough to look over, you do not get vertigo and feel dizzy.
Oh, thank goodness.
It's only about 100 foot down.
To the next ledge.
Yeah, but you can't see that far.
It's not a ledge. This cliff face is only about 100 foot down. And at this point in time, after traveling for so long, the cloud and you've come down a bit, the cloud levels dispersed that you can actually
Okay.
make the difference between where the layers are.
Thank goodness.
And you see Lumi kind of like starts shuffling around with her nose in the snow.
Da-da,
She appears to be looking for something.
I connect. What's up?
This guy again. You got a thing.
What do you mean thing?
I just need a thing. A heavy thing.
Like a dwarf, a rock.
Like a dwarf, a rock. A rock will do.
Are you really? You.
She could mean anything.
But dwarf? Really?
You can't hear her anyways.
It's telepathic, don't worry. They ignore what they're saying unless they stay otherwise.
Yes.
Yeah, I know, but still.
She's looking for a rock.
Pulls out pick axe because I don't actually have a rock and I don't think I can find a rock.
That will do.
Does it? Okay.
Do you give it to the cat, the little cat?
Sure.
She takes it in her mouth and she walks over to the ledge and she just chucks it off the ledge.
Oh.
Chuck!
But why though?
Wait, what? What did Louis just chuck?
A
My
row.
pickaxe?
No, the pickaxe. She's just watching
Was
it as it falls and just disappears into the snow below.
Anyone want to go after it?
Be my guest.
Be my guest. Be your
No.
guest. Gorilla chest.
I
asked Lumi what
Do
the
not want
point
to
of
risk
that
anything.
was.
Testing.
Yeah.
For what?
I
If
can't
it's-
remember if this is the right place or not.
For what? It
Right
being soft
place.
enough to
What
jump
right
off?
place?
You get the sense that she's smiling.
Oh,
She doesn't say anything in response.
Oh,
She just
no.
seems to have a kitty grin.
Jeez.
I look at the cat grin and I turn to
Kitty
everyone.
face.
Okay, so going off of what Lumi just did and what she's expressed, and she's trying to remember if this is the right location and for us to jump off and not get hurt too much or at all.
I'm just like, are you? Oh,
I mean, I could walk down.
I
Assuming
hate
it isn't loose snow.
No, if you look down, it's a cliff. It's a cliff face. There's a couple of patches of snow, but I'm talking like little, tiny patches.
Are there any
hanging on.
footholds in the cliff?
Spider walk.
Roll perception.
Okay. Wait a- Perception. Meh. Not
There
20.
are you can see like some places where you would like where the snow patches are attached, where you could perceive that you could get a foothold, but it does look like a very. They don't look like a comfortable distance apart.
Hmm. Who still has rope?
what?
Who still has rope?
Mm,
I don't think any of us used our ropes permanently.
Did we?
No. We used it temporarily, but then we returned it to our respective person.
Yeah, you have 50 foot of you have a 50-foot rope if you untied them.
At least a good chunk of us have 50-foot of rope.
Yeah,
Yeah, I have 50 foot rope.
I do too.
so do I.
Anyway, what are we doing next?
Well,
No,
Hopefully going down.
going down.
Is that
Is
what
there anything
Lumi
that
says?
I
Can I-
do?
Can I somehow help Loom? You remember if this is the place or not?
She looks down. She can't see the pickaxe. She's pretty confident this is the place.
Why don't you just?
Yeet.
Oh no!
When you say yeet, do you actually yeet or do you just do your spider climb thing?
I'm gonna trust Lumi.
Oh,
you
fuck.
you actually yeet.
You're
I-
Thorin?
No, I am looking over the edge at Cayenne right now. Because Cayenne yeeted themselves off the cliff edge. I don't know how I feel.
Just imagining.
Zoho just shrugs and follows the footholds that he saw earlier. He knows that they're not spaced comfortably, but he's risking it.
Oh no.
Oh dear, a token broke.
Yeah, Zyka turned into an unknown.
No, I think it's Kaite.
Oh. Kaite. Kaite is
Right,
anonymous.
so-
Anonymous.
So
What
you
is-
actually yeet yourself.
If it is a space that she is implying I'll be fine, then yes.
Right. So you yeet yourself and use free fall. Would you like to scream or anything as you go down?
If I die, I'm coming back and haunting you.
I am like
Meow.
on my hands and knees looking over the ledge right now.
You hear Cayenne's voice echo against the side of the, like across the ridge face.
I'm coming back to haunt you!
She also hears it in her head because I'm still connected.
Anyone watching just sees Cayenne disappear into a cloud of smoke. Cayenne, you take 18 points of bludgeoning damage.
Zoho's still climbing down.
Oh
Right.
shit.
The snow does cushion your fall, just not completely.
I connect to Lumi. Well, I'm still connected to Lumi. Well, I think it is. I lived, but it hurt.
It really does hurt as snow compacts itself under your backside as you go.
You basically slammed down onto.
It's effectively belly flopping into water. There's just that sort of smash, and you're like, I hope I don't
It's just
pass
a
out.
smash.
I look
Zoho
at I look
wants
at
to attempt
Lumi.
to climb down.
Yeah, I'm climbing down.
I'm doing
Okay.
an investigation to find my fucking pickaxe.
I will need a athletics check for Zoho if they're going to try and climb.
I'm going to set up a piton at the top and a rope attached
14.
for everybody to climb down with.
I just look at Lumi. Is she alive?
So I am doing math.
Mind you, I have slow fall.
Yeah, I know, and that's why I'm doing math.
How far did they fall?
Oh, I'm gonna fall.
Zoho gets 70 feet of the way down. Obviously not instantly, this is over time. It's like he manages to get about 70 feet of the way down before he actually loses his footholds. And he drops. What slow fall reduce you by?
Let's see. So fall.
I don't think at this point you need to
Reduce any
roll it.
falling damage you take by 30.
Yeah, there's no point in me rolling.
Jeez.
Flump. Cayenne just hears
You
a
you just go into the snow and find yourself kind of like half buried.
I am
And then
just
Cayenne just sees a hand shoot up with a thumbs up. I'm okay!
Cool, you find my pickaxe. I can't find it. I just start walking up.
You can't find your pick. And the hand just points a finger where he heard the voice. You can't find your pickaxe?
No!
okay. Well, all before Zoho makes it to the bottom.
Yeah, obviously he's not going to get there immediately
Uh,
unless he eats.
I am asking. I asked Lumi, "Is Cayenne okay?" All I need is a straight yes or no, because this might change what just happened with Zoho. Because I'm considering something.
Based on her mini cat form and the grin, it's like, and the fact that Cayenne's like shouting back off, it's like, then yes.
I look over the edge at Zoho. I remember Zoho has slow fall.
He's like,
But you remember Zoho is light on his feet, not necessarily that he has slow fall.
Yeah.
From a character's
I'm-
perspective, they don't know what
They're
these
just-
mechanics are called.
lucky bastard.
No, I'm considering doing a little something which may hurt Zoho a little more.
Why? Why?
So I don't get hurt as much.
No, you're gonna hurt me. You're gonna hurt me. I don't like that.
Does Kai have an idea of what I'm thinking right now?
I do not recommend it if it's what I'm thinking.
Okay, what are you thinking? I want to hear an answer before I
No,
commit.
I'm not saying anything
Yeah,
because that
went
gives people
from-
fucking ideas.
And thanks
So
to my
Zoho felt confident climbing down. He got 70% of the way before he fell, and the
I
snow
could
plus his
j-
snowfall means
Yeah.
he doesn't take damage. Otto is setting a piton at the top and attaching a rope.
And offering it to anybody who's not stupid enough to just jump off a cliff.
And then I'm going to guess you're going to basically relay yourself down like to the 50 feet, like not relay.
I'm gonna let somebody go down,
Belay.
set up
Sail.
a piton, and then remove the piton I've got. while they tie me
Uh,
off on the next one and go down.
Hmm.
Oh god, you want to do it the awkward way. You need well, Zoho's gone, Cayenne's gone, Vil or Foreign are the only ones left to help you at this point.
Well, if nobody's gonna do
I-
it, then I'm not gonna set up a pitten.
so-
You know what? I'm just going screw
Wait,
it.
what? Oh. Kaite
Zo-
changed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Zoho. Zoho.
He does not hear you.
Yeah, you're
Is that
gonna
right?
hear.
Is that right?
No,
Kai?
you're gonna hear this.
He's yelling.
I yeet, and as I fall, you just see me salute and say "see you later" as I go down, or just holler
Zoho gets out of the way.
"see you at the bottom." I'm not
Alright.
aiming
I
for
know
you
what
at
you're
this
trying
point.
to do.
I'm not
Somebody
aiming for
stop
you.
getting in my
No,
way!
No, this is why I say I don't recommend it, because you're not going to be able to move out the way very quickly. That snow down there is very, very deep.
It's like a
When
crash
I say
mat.
Zoho's at the bottom in the snow, currently he has not managed to get out the snow. I haven't got to that bit yet.
Yeah, it's like a really poofy
Uh.
crash mat.
Well, too late.
Josh.
So Foreign's yeeting. I'm not having him land on
70-foot
Zoho.
drop people's elbow into the monk!
I mean,
Wasn't it 100 feet?
technically, I would hit bottom before Zoho does, anyways, because he's climbing down.
Actually, no, that is a point. If he does
I
it while
did-
he's no. You have to remember that people are making the decisions before you get. So the time it takes you to climb, Foreign's right. He could have made this decision. Gone. Well, Cayenne can do it.
I just
He can eat
drops
himself.
and
He'll
Zoho
technically
sees
hit before
poor
you.
drop, He's
Gravity.
like,
I technically I could connect with Zoho if Zoho's not paying attention.
Foreign, you basically cannonball into the snow. You take 16 bludgeoning damage.
Wow, I did better than Zoho. Not by much, but
whomp.
uh,
Yeah, now it's starting to pick himself up. I'm okay!
So that means I'm the only one climbing down from this point.
yep.
Alright, then I'm not doing the pitten and rope thing. I am turning into a cat and using my climbing speed.
While I am down here, I am going to do a little something.
Well, all this is happening. If people are just dropping, I'm just like, okay, I'm just gonna continue
using a level 2 slot.
Oh
for
god,
this.
people, can you
I-
stop talking over
One
another,
after
please?
another. Jeez.
Right, Foreign's gone. Cayenne's gone. If you got spells to heal yourselves with, feel free to use them. I don't need to. I don't just keep track of them. So Foreign's gone. Cayenne's gone. Zoho's climbing down. Otto, are you still climbing down, or?
I said I'm taking my cat form and using my climbing speed.
Okay, so athletics with advantage.
Can I look for Cayenne's pickaxe while I'm down here?
Good fucking luck with that.
Hey, nat
I'm
20!
asking, can I
With
do it?
some awkward maneuvering and cumbersome backwards sliding and whatnot, Otto manages to get down. And as he gets to like the actually wait, do you even have no, you have normal cat form, don't you?
Yes.
Little cat. And as he manages to precariously get down, he's slower than everyone else in the process. Cats don't like going down. They're easy, going up fine, going down a little more tricky. He drops off like when he's under that like marker for what's safe, and you just see this little cat, if you're down the bottom, just disappear.
Just bury
Just a
myself.
little brown cat.
Orange.
Thump.
It's orange,
Orange.
damn it.
You're a tabby.
Yes.
Right. So based on what I've been messaged,
All of my
Kaite's
forms.
going to attempt to climb down with Ril attached.
All of my forms have a rusty color.
Is that doable? Meow.
Well, this ought to be interesting.
Hey, that's my phrase.
Cayenne is just looking now for the spot where there is a dip to find the pickaxe.
Okay, so this is awkward.
Accidentally finds me, grabs my tail.
Well, no, you would be behind. Yeah, move towards the direction that Loom it would have been, because that's where she would have tossed it.
Right, okay, so Kaite doesn't have a climb speed, so I will want athletics from Rill,
Oh,
and I want athletics from Kaite, but disadvantage.
uh-oh.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Because one's for Rill to try and keep herself
Upright.
attached to Kaite, and Kaite is going to try her best to get down by climbing.
Okay.
Right, so Rill's able to keep a hold of Kaite.
Yee.
Now the question is, Kaite good enough to...
You got it, Kaite.
What was it?
Disadvantage for Kaite.
Yeah, but what?
Athletics.
Athletics.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Kaite can spend some of her stamina on this if she wants, but only once. This is your friendly reminder that Kaite does have stamina.
I'm just looking at that other number.
You get to roll basically one additional d20.
Is it still a disadvantage?
Well, basically she re-rolls to 3.
And it still has to be at disadvantage because she's climbing with somebody on her back, right?
She could re-roll the 3.
Basically,
Oh!
Right, so her actual lowest is 19. Because it's still at disadvantage, all she's doing is re-rolling the lowest dice with the stamina. Right, so...
So it would be 22.
No, it
would be.
yes,
Oh,
it'll
yeah,
be
no,
22.
yeah.
The actual math. So,
Maths.
22. Even more awkwardly than Otto. Kaite is probably, as much as she loves you, she is not fond of this tactic because it's doing her claws absolutely no good. They were not designed for this.
Oh no.
However, she is precariously, in combination of wild wing flapping and clawing at the cliff face, able to get you down safely, along with herself.
Wump.
Damn it, brain.
And so when you're at the bottom, Cayenne, Foreign, Otto, and Zoho, you kind of have to effectively climb back out of the
that's
snow.
not hard for. Well, that's not hard for me.
hard for
I'm
me
not going
either.
to have. I'm not going to have you. It's like I'm not going to have you roll anything, but it's like it takes you a few minutes to kind of like climb, like. Wait,
Does it-
effectively, it's more like it feels like some weird combination of swimming and walking. And you're trying to like
about-
dig yourself out effectively.
Would athlete feet help at all?
I'm not having roll. It's just a time thing.
Okay.
So I have to. It's like you want at a time kind of like get yourselves out of the snow enough that you can actually like you're not buried. Is what I'm getting at.
Is that what I did?
You kind of
No,
like
I
different.
think that's. Sorry.
I meant the references. that
Imagine
we-
you're effectively a corgi at the bottom of 6 foot of snow tub.
Yeah, no, no, I'm talking about what Zyka posted in terms of sliding down the hill.
It was a similar
References.
manner, but it was even more precarious.
Mm.
Because Kaite had
That's okay.
Rill like hanging on to her by dear life
I'm
of
just-
dear life.
I'm literally just imagining Kaite. He's like, "Sister, help me!" And she's just whispering in her ear, "Long live the queen!" And they're just scraping down the freaking wall.
No, that's
No.
that doesn't fit the relationship at all.
No, I know!
Right, so the last thing you see as you're clambering out is a goat walking down the side of the mountain.
Oh no. Oh, not that. Oh, not them again.
Are you the goat? Mentally asking Lumi.
I am the goat.
Oh,
Don't
That's the
worry, it's
response you
Lumi.
get.
that's Lumi?
I wish I could have gotten one of those forms.
I just laugh at that comment.
You couldn't hear
That
me
would be
talking to you,
interesting
Druid!
considering how stubborn they are. You
Kai,
passed.
can I
You passed up the opportunity anyway.
Kai, can I
fail.
roll
Yeah.
investigation to find Kain's pickaxe like I needed?
You may attempt
I'd like to do the same.
if you want to try. If you really want to try and find this pickaxe, you can attempt to find the pickaxe.
17.
Nope.
Oh. I think we've lost the pickaxe.
Nope.
Hold on, I'm not done yet. Oh, shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
you
lost
didn't.
it.
Still nope.
With
We
a
lost it.
27.
We lost it.
Dude, it hit terminal velocity and buried itself in the snow. I'm not surprised.
Kyan,
Yeah, but with a 27, that's
It's
ridiculous.
snow! Powder!
It's gone.
You're
It's
looking for a
gone.
needle in a haystack.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
let's not
Cut.
waste the day looking for a pickaxe.
Right. Can we stop over writing? Cayenne.
Kyan is just looking for at least the div of where it could be.
Oh no. Zyga's spine hurting.
That is fine. I'm going to leave you at the bottom of this cliff because we started late anyway.
Alrighty, folks, that's
You guys, you guys are left there digging yourselves out of snow as this goat just casually strolls down the side of this cliff.
Like Pepe Le Pew.
Still jelly. No, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop.
Okay.
Alrighty, folks, that's us for time. We'll see you guys again tomorrow night for some Phasmophobia. Hopefully we can get some games done before July, because that's quickly nearing. And we get our levels locked in, and eventually, when that happens. So anybody who's low on levels, they really should be getting some Phasmo done, so that they can get some permanent levels on their character. In the meantime, we'll see you guys next week. We haven't decided on the game. We're still contemplating on what we're going to do. We have an idea, but we haven't done it yet. In the meantime, we'll see you guys then.
Boy.